How do you speedrun Animal Crossing All Debts? All Debts is the main category of Animal Crossing speedrunning, where you basically just pay off all your house loans. One of the most commonly asked questions I get is, you can speedrun this game? And in fact, the answer is yes, you can. For a game not intended to be speedrun in any shape or form, All Debts manages to be extremely brutal due to the heavy RNG components. So it all starts with the map. Innocent, right? Wrong. You need to land the post office and Nook's Cranny in A2, A4, which is a 1 in 4 chance, because both have a 50% chance to land in A1 or A5, which would be too slow. But that's really not too bad. The houses is where the run becomes unpleasant. You need at least 3 houses within about 2 acres of Nooks. Then to top that off, you need the 3 deliveries Tom Nook randomly picks out for you, all to be the fast nearby houses. The reason I leave the map so quick, by the way, is because all the top runners have some kind of way of screenshotting the map fast, so we don't waste time standing in front of it. And getting a perfect map is rare. The first part, getting an A2, A4 layout, makes you have to reset 75% of your runs off the bat. During chores, there's one villager that gives you a piece of furniture as a moving in gift. This item is randomly generated from a pool of about 350. And I think it's 11 that are usable tables for the run's big duping glitch. Infrequent but a big time save. 2 out of the top 4 runs have the lucky RNG effect. The way you actually pay off all 5 house loans in about 40 minutes is through duplicating the most valuable 1x1 item, which is the spring or autumn medal. They're both identical. Technically it would be the 30k bell bag, but only 3D objects seem to work with the duping glitch. With this you get 14,000 bells apiece, multiplied by 15, which is the amount of inventory slots your character has. Comes to an impressive 210,000 bells. So if you don't get the table from that unlikely RNG encounter I mentioned earlier, you'll have to type in a code, and if you've ever played Animal Crossing you know that they're huge. Even with my faster code shown now, I lose 22 seconds over the RNG. You also enter the code for the medal. You used to just set the date to spring or autumn fair and get it as a gift from Tortimer, the mayor, but that is many seconds lower unless you have a godly position for the wishing well. Also, it's nice not to have to worry about setting the system time. Any date works using code as long as it's not night. After you have the table, you can set up 1 metal spawner. You end setting up 3 spawners, but only after you first change the time, because you need a tape deck to make each work, and conveniently there is 1 tape deck lying around in your house, but to order 2 more you have to wait until you get them in the mail, and that only happens after you save and quit. You're also required to change the time for Nook to upgrade your house so you can pay off your mortgage. So you pay your first debt, and then you go back in time. We used to go forward in time, but now we go backwards in time because it's just a tiny bit faster since you don't get the Nook upgrades with the sliding door animation. And for some reason the rest works just as normal. Go figure. After the first time change, you as said set up 3 metal spawners and grab 15 metals. Then you go pay the debt off. The run basically continues in that fashion until you've paid off a total of 1,411,000. Once you get the basement upgrade, you reload the room through that, since that's much faster. Now, multi-console was just voted upon and allowed in the AC community, and it's running 2 instances of the game at the same time on 2 GameCubes, and setting the time on one while you're playing on the other and switching memory cards from one to the other, thus skipping ever having to set the time with the timer running. This is potentially a huge time save for this category. Thank you for watching. Something I feel obliged to tell you is that this ugly son of a bitch is fucking super hot chicks, and basically you are fucking stupid. How? Just subscribe and watch the free video. So if you're interested in knowing how to, please do subscribe.